Hey, what's going on, beautiful Jellyfish? This is Tracy, and today I'm going to be doing the EDH Tag Part 3. I made this up. I lied. Actually, someone made up the first part, Maddie the Gatherer, and on Instagram, and then I made up the second part, and now I'm making up the third part. And yes, there is a fourth part in the works. So I'm pretty excited about this. I will list the questions down below. And yeah, let's pretty much just get it. Oh, and I'll also list parts 1 and 2 if you want to like watch them. It's not like there's like an order or anything like that to watch them in. It's just like there's just like random questions that have to do with like you and EDH, and I love EDH. It's like the best format. So yeah, let's get into it. The first question is, what is your basic land preference in EDH in terms of like what do you like? Do you like full arts? Do you like foils? Do you like what? Do you not care? Whatever. My preference are full art lands. I have like favorite ones of each. The one I'm going to be showing is like my favorite swamp art. But yeah, I just really love the full arts. That's just like, I want to get to the point. I feel like I actually may be in all full arts in my decks. I'm pretty sure I'm at that point where I have all full arts. Yeah, and I really like it. I feel like I could probably make them all foils at some point, but that's not really a huge priority and we're not trying to really get there. So the next question is, how do you feel about Planechase? I absolutely hate Planechase. I think that it is just way too chaotic for me. I am not into chaos EDH at all, and I feel like Planechase just is that. I think it's like a creative idea in theory. I just think the execution, like there's some cards that are just absolutely ridiculous and I'm just not a fan of. If they never made another Planechase product, I would be so okay with that. Never again. Okay, then we have most memorable moment from a game. Guys, honestly, I really can't think of it. I'm sure there obviously are plenty of really cool moments from games, but I mean, maybe I'll talk about one recently that happened just because it happened the other day and I remember it. I was playing Cats, which I haven't done a video on because I'm still like tweaking the deck and all that kind of stuff, but like the deck is very Voltron-esque, which is very different from a lot of my other decks. So I had like this one cat and I like kept pumping it, and like it's just like the sheer amount of power that deck has on making one creature just really powerful is really amazing. I like just had so much power on board, and like my friends were like, oh, like how much damage is that? And I was like, yeah, that's like 18, and they were like, whoa, what? And it was just like the shock. They were like blown away by that. So that is like a really cool feeling, just to have people be like, whoa, like I didn't know that you had like that much power on board, which is really a satisfying feeling. So okay, number 4 is, how do you feel about tournament, oh my god, I can't speak today, tournament competitive EDH? Hate it. Think that it should literally never be a thing. EDH, in my opinion, is supposed to be a fun format. I can do a whole video about this if you guys want, like exploring my ideas in depth, but in my opinion, it is just a fun thing. I play with my friends on whenever we play EDH, and that's just great. So yeah. My favorite sleeves are Dragon Shield Mats. I did a video actually comparing a lot of different sleeves, and those sleeves are just the best. I actually, funny story, I was shuffling and I had a regular Dragon Shield, not the mats, a regular Dragon Shield break on me. That was the first time I've ever had a sleeve break on me from them, like a Dragon Shield sleeve in general. The other ones, they just hold up super well. They have a really nice feeling to them. I will say this, I do not like the regular Dragon Shields. The regular Dragon Shields are so slippery. I have them on Tasigur, and I really just need to, I can't really describe it, but your deck kind of like becomes a block at some point where it's just like your sleeves just like molds together, and they just like, you could just like hold your whole EDH deck because like their quality just depletes, and it's just an awful sensation. So yeah, I don't know if that like made sense. If you've never had those, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But I really love the mats. They're just like the best quality sleeves, honestly, on the market. Okay, the next question is, what are your favorite deck boxes? I don't have any to show because I'm a bad YouTuber, but I just really like the regular Ultra Pro boxes, the standard 100 ones. I like them because they don't take up that much room and they're cheap. They're like $3 or $4. They're very inexpensive. So yeah, just like the basic Ultra Pro ones that are like the plasticky ones, nothing fancy. Okay, what is your overrated EDH card? I really had to think about this because I was really trying to figure it out, but honestly, I think Sensei's Divining Top is so overrated. I feel like everyone tries to jam this card in every EDH deck, but I will say this, I think if you're doing a deck where you're constantly shuffling, I think it's fine, but to be honest, if I was putting this in all my decks and I didn't have a lot of shuffling, I would get so annoyed at this card because I just realized that the dishwasher is going on in the background and the wash, which is on the other side of the house. But I realized that and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So that may be in the video and I really apologize for that if you heard stuff. A lot of times I feel like people apologize for noises in the background. I can't even hear it, but sorry if you did hear that. Anyways, Sensei's Divining Top. So I feel like if you have a deck where you're dealing with the top of your deck a lot and you're shuffling, it's great. But I think if you just jam it in every deck, I think that's horrific. I don't like this card. I feel like it is just ridiculous. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, this card is like so good. Like, and I'm like, I literally will not spend like 20 bucks on this card. Like, it's just ridiculous. Maybe that, now that it's cheaper because it got banned in, like, okay, let me give an example. The new Esper Commander that came out in the Commander sets, in my opinion, top should be in that deck. But in every other deck where you don't shuffle, it should not be. It's like, oh cool, let me rearrange the top 3 for no reason. Yeah, it just seems awful. Okay, cool. Then we have underrated EDH card. I have a lot of underrated EDH cards, and I'm pretty sure I've done a series on underrated EDH cards. I don't know, maybe. I've done a lot of videos and I have a lot of like mini series and stuff, so it's really hard to keep up with the things I do. But I really love the card Fade into Antiquity, and I get asked a lot about this card. There's also a white version of this card if you're not playing green and white together. I can't think of the white card right now, but it's an instant and does the same thing. It exiles something. I've honestly found the ability to just exile an artifact or enchantment just to be really useful in EDH because people play really problematic cards, and I just really like this card, and I will probably just play this card until like the end of time. I just really love it. Okay, and then we have, what is a sentimental card for you? And I have a lot of sentimental cards, and I actually have done a video on this, so I know that for a fact, and I can list it down below if I remember. And I did a whole video talking about cards that were sentimental, so I can't really remember a lot of them off the top of my head right now, but one card that I know that was really sentimental is getting my Judge promo Avacyn from Julian and Mage's Sanctum, where I'm sponsored by, and that was like one of the first things that I got like for being like, I remember like looking through Julian's binder for like something else. He was like showing me something and I saw that Avacyn and I was like, that's really pretty. And then like afterwards when he was talking about the sponsorship and he was like, yes Tracy, you can have that promo Avacyn. I saw you looking at it and I was like, thanks. It's really, really pretty. And also, I should have pulled it out, but my backpack's in the other room. I have it signed as well by the artist, Howard Lyon, I believe. And it is really freaking pretty. So I'm very, very happy. That's like, and I feel like too, with the addition of that story plus it being signed at Vegas was just an awesome combination of things. So yes, absolutely. The last question, oh my gosh, this is already over. This is sad. Is what is your most powerful EDH deck? Now, I think this card question is really tough, but what I will say is the deck that I pull out when I know I'm playing against people at a higher power level, or we kind of decide that we're all playing decks at a higher power level, is probably my Omnath deck. I think just because it does one thing and it does it really well, it just pumps out stuff. You know what I mean? Like it just pumps out lands and it pumps out by pumping out lands, it pumps out creatures, and it's just all around a great time. So yes, I think Omnath is just one of the most powerful my most powerful deck. However, I've been told also that my Avacyn deck is really powerful because it just has a lot of flyers and people just really can't deal with it. Also, being indestructible makes things really challenging for people to deal with. So yeah, I would say those. Guys, that is it. I'm so bummed that this is over. This is so fun. Bummer, but yeah, that is it for this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.